Words are one of the most powerful forces you have at your disposal. They shape how others see you, how they see themselves, and even how you see the world. Think about it, every meaningful connection, every opportunity, every conflict resolved or escalated often starts with words. They're not just sounds, they carry weight, energy, and consequences. So when you speak, you must do so with intention and purpose, because your words can either build or destroy. Speaking with intention means being deliberate about what you say and why you say it. Too often people talk just to fill the silence, throwing words into the air without considering where they'll land. But intentional words are different. They're thoughtful, they're precise. They're rooted in a deeper awareness of who you are and what you stand for. When you speak intentionally, your words don't just drift away, they linger. They create an impact. Think about how a single word of encouragement can change someone's day or even their life. A genuine "I believe in you" can light a fire in someone's soul. But the opposite is also true. Careless words like an insult or a dismissal can cut deeper than any weapon. Words leave scars, but they can also heal. The question is, what do you want your words to do? Do you want them to lift people up or tear them down? Purpose takes it a step further. Speaking with purpose means your words align with your values and your goals. It's not just about saying the right thing, it's about saying the thing that moves you and others closer to where you want to be. When you speak with purpose, you're not just talking, you're leading, inspiring, and creating momentum. And it's not just about what you say to others, it's also about what you say to yourself. The words you speak in the quiet moments when no one else is listening are just as powerful, if not more so. If you tell yourself you're not good enough, you start to believe it. But if you affirm your strengths, your worth, and your potential, you begin to rise to the level of your own expectations. The truth is, we live in a world that doesn't always encourage thoughtful, intentional speech. Social media, gossip, and impulsive reactions have made it easy to say the first thing that comes to mind, regardless of the consequences. But true power lies in restraint and focus. It's in choosing your words like an artist chooses colors, crafting something meaningful with every sentence. So speak less, but say more. Think about the legacy you want your words to leave behind. Whether it's in a room full of people or a one-on-one conversation, your words have the power to shape lives, including your own. Make them count. There's a saying that goes, think twice before you speak, because your words have the power to heal or to harm. But how many of us truly live by that? How often do we speak in the heat of the moment, only to regret the impact of our words later? It's easy to let emotions take over, to let frustration or anger fuel what comes out of our mouths. But real strength, real wisdom is found in the pause. That pause is where everything changes. It's a split second, a brief moment of silence, but in that silence there is power. The pause gives you the chance to check yourself, to ask a critical question. Will what I'm about to say build up or tear down? If you take that moment, you can transform what could have been a careless reaction into a thoughtful response. When you don't pause, your words can come out like an unfiltered stream, hitting whoever's in their path. And sometimes those words leave wounds that don't easily heal. A harsh comment, an unnecessary criticism, or even a sarcastic jab can cut deeper than you realize. You might forget the moment you said it, but the person on the receiving end might carry it with them for years. Words are not easily taken back, and they have the power to linger long after the moment has passed. On the flip side, when you pause, you create space for intention. You give yourself time to ask, what does this person really need from me right now? Do they need honesty, encouragement, or perhaps silence? A well-placed word of kindness or affirmation can mend a broken heart, restore a relationship, or inspire someone to keep going when they feel like giving up. That's the kind of power your words have when you use them with care. The pause all allows you to separate emotion from action. We've all been in situations where anger rises, frustration boils, and we feel like exploding. But reacting in that state rarely leads to anything good. The pause cools the fire. It lets you see the bigger picture. Maybe the other person wasn't trying to hurt you. Maybe they're struggling with their own battles. The pause lets you lead with empathy instead of ego. It's not just about how your words affect others, it's also about how they reflect on you. When you're intentional with your speech, you show strength, discipline, and grace. People remember that. They'll trust you more because they know you don't speak carelessly. So take that moment, breathe, think. Choose your words wisely because they have the power to heal, to inspire, and to uplift. And in a world where words are often thrown around without thought, let yours stand out as a source of light and hope. Let the pause be your strength, and let your words be the medicine someone else needs. Life has a way of throwing curveballs at you when you least expect it. One minute everything seems calm, and the next you're caught in a whirlwind of challenges, pressure, and uncertainty. In those moments when the world seems to be spiraling out of control, the one thing that can keep you grounded is emotional control. It's not about ignoring your emotions or pretending like everything is fine when it's not. It's about managing them so that they don't manage you. Emotional control is the key to navigating life's chaos with grace and purpose. The truth is, life doesn't stop for you to catch your breath. You'll face setbacks, disappointments, and struggles that will test your limits. It's easy to let emotions like anger, fear, or frustration take over. It's easy to let your feelings dictate your actions, to respond impulsively and reactively. But that's not the path to success. The more you let your emotions take the wheel, the more you lose sight of where you want to go. Emotional control means taking a step back and making sure that your feelings don't steer you off course. When you're in control of your emotions, you stop reacting from a place of panic or stress. Instead, you respond from a place of clarity. You think before you act, not because you're bottling up your feelings, but because you understand that your actions have consequences. Responding in anger, frustration, or fear might give you a temporary sense of relief, but it won't solve anything. It only fuels the chaos. But when you can control your emotions, you bring a sense of order to the chaos around you. Let's be real, emotional control doesn't mean you don't feel. It doesn't mean you suppress or deny what's going on inside. It means you acknowledge your emotions, you sit with them, and you process them, but you don't let them drive your decisions. You have the power to choose your response. You can feel frustrated, but still choose to act with patience. You can feel angry, but still choose to respond with wisdom. That's the power of emotional control. Think about some of the greatest leaders, athletes, and performers in the world. They all have one thing in common: emotional control. Whether they're facing a tough opponent, a critical audience, or an uncertain future, they don't let their emotions derail them. Instead, they use their emotions as fuel to stay focused, determined, and strategic. They don't give in to the pressure, they rise above it. Emotional control also means knowing when to let go. You can't control everything in life, and sometimes the best thing you can do is release the need to control the outcome. You can't control how other people behave, but you can control how you respond. You can't control the challenges life throws at you, but you can control how you face them. When you learn to let go of the need to control everything, you free yourself to handle life's chaos with more peace and less resistance. At the end of the day, emotional control is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. But if you can master it, if you can stay calm in the storm, you'll find that no matter how chaotic life gets, you'll always find your way through. In life, challenges are inevitable. They will come at you from all directions: unexpected obstacles, tough decisions, moments that shake you to your core. When they do, your instinct might be to react, to rush to judgment, to get defensive, or to let emotion drive your response. But reacting in the heat of the moment rarely leads to anything good. It's in the pause, the moment of clarity, where true strength lies. Responding to challenges with clarity, not reaction, is what separates the people who rise from the ones who fall. When you react, you let the situation dictate your behavior. Your emotions take control, And your actions are driven by impulse, not strategy. You might lash out, shut down, or make decisions you'll regret later. And in that reaction, you lose sight of what's important. Challenges are tests not just of your abilities, but of your character. How you respond shows who you are. So don't let your emotions make the decisions for you. Take a step back. Breathe. And choose how you want to engage with the situation. Responding with clarity doesn't mean you're ignoring your emotions or pretending that everything is okay when it's not. It means acknowledging your feelings without letting them overpower your thoughts. When you choose clarity over reaction, you take control of the situation instead of letting it control you. You pause, you assess, and then you move with purpose. Think about the times in your life when you faced real challenges. When the pressure was on, did you let your fear, frustration, or anxiety take over, or did you choose to focus, to think through the problem, and to act with intention? The people who respond with clarity are the ones who are able to see the bigger picture. They don't get bogged down by the noise or the drama. They know that reacting in the moment rarely solves anything. Instead, they take a breath, evaluate their options, and choose the best course of action. Clarity comes from confidence. It comes from knowing that you don't need to rush to conclusions. You don't need to have all the answers right away. But you do need to trust yourself, your instincts, and your ability to think through challenges with a clear mind. When you approach a problem with clarity, you approach it with patience and perspective. You stop trying to control the outcome and instead focus on controlling your response. You can't always control what happens to you, but you can control how you choose to respond. And that is where the power lies. In the way you respond, not react. When you respond with clarity, you turn challenges into opportunities. You turn pressure into progress. You approach every obstacle with the mindset that it's not something to be feared, but something to be understood and overcome. The next time a challenge arises, don't let it trigger a knee-jerk reaction. Pause. Breathe. Think. And respond with the clarity that will guide you through to the other side. Because how you respond today shapes who you become tomorrow. Money is a tool. It's a means to an end, not the end itself. Yet so many people spend their entire lives chasing it, worshiping it, and letting it control their every move. They think that if they have more money, they'll have more freedom, more success, and more happiness. But the truth is, money won't bring you any of that if you don't learn to master it. You can't let money be the master of your life. It should be the servant that works for you, not the one pulling the strings. When you let money control you, you become a slave to it. You make decisions based on fear or desire for more, instead of making wise, purposeful choices. Every move you make is driven by the pursuit of wealth. And that's when you lose yourself. Money becomes the goal, the prize you're always reaching for, but when you get it, it's never enough. And that's the trap. You end up spending your life in pursuit of something that can never truly fulfill you if you don't understand its place. Mastering money means understanding it for what it truly is, a tool, not a destination. Money allows you to create opportunities, to invest in yourself, and to take care of the people you love. But it's only valuable when used wisely. Think of it like any tool. If you don't know how to use it properly, it's useless, or worse, dangerous. If you don't know how to manage it, it can slip through your fingers and disappear. The first step in mastering money is to change your mindset. You've got to stop seeing money as something that will solve all your problems or give you all the answers. The real key to wealth is in how you manage it, how you make it work for you. Are you putting it to good use, investing in your future, building something of value? Or are you wasting it, letting it slip away on things that don't bring you long-term gain? Learning to master money also means making conscious decisions about where it goes. You don't need to spend every dollar you earn. You don't need to keep up with the Joneses, constantly buying things you don't need to impress people who don't matter. The richest people aren't always the ones flaunting their wealth. They're the ones investing wisely, saving and planning for the future. You've got to make money work for you. Use it to create multiple streams of income, invest in assets that appreciate, and take calculated risks that will pay off down the road. Don't let money be the driving force behind every decision, but make sure it's working behind the scenes to help you build the life you want. At the end of the day, money is just one piece of the puzzle. It's a tool, not the prize. When you learn to master it, you'll have the power to create the kind of life you want, a life that's defined by your values, your purpose, and your impact on the world, not by the size of your bank account. Let money serve you, not the other way around. In life, we're all given the same thing, time and money. But how you choose to invest those two resources will determine the kind of life you build. The world is full of distractions, temptations, and indulgences that will try to steal your focus. But true success, true fulfillment, comes when you choose to invest in what truly matters and avoid those unnecessary indulgences that only offer short-term satisfaction at the cost of long-term growth. Look around you, there's no shortage of things that can pull you in every direction. The latest gadget, the designer clothes, the expensive cars, the fleeting pleasures. Society tells us that the more we have, the happier we'll be. But that's a lie. It's easy to get caught up in the trap of indulging in what feels good now without thinking about the consequences later. But here's the truth, things, possessions and indulgences won't give you what you're really looking for. They won't bring you peace, they won't bring you purpose, and they won't bring you growth. All they'll do is distract you from what really matters. Investing in what matters means focusing on the things that will bring value, not just today, but for the rest of your life. It's about your health, your relationships, your skills, and your knowledge. These are the things that will carry you through the tough times. These are the things that will give you a sense of fulfillment and purpose. When you invest in your health, you're not just buying a gym membership or eating right for a few months. You're building a foundation for a strong and healthy future. When you invest in relationships, you're nurturing bonds that will last a lifetime, not just chasing after surface level connections. And when you invest in your skills and knowledge, you're equipping yourself for success, because no matter where you go, no one can take that away from you. But the problem is, most people don't make these investments. Instead, they waste their time and money on things that won't matter in the long run. They buy things they don't need, trying to fill a void they don't understand. They go after instant gratification, thinking that it will bring them happiness, but it only leads to emptiness. It's easy to be seduced by the shiny things, the flashy cars, the designer brands, but remember, they don't define you. They don't build you. They don't grow you. The key to real success, to real wealth, is discipline. It's about saying no to the distractions and indulgences that will pull you off course. It's about making choices that align with your long-term vision, not just short-term desires. You've got to learn to distinguish between what's necessary and what's just noise. And that comes down to one thing: purpose. When you know your purpose, when you know what your word, it's much easier to say no to the things that don't serve that vision. Invest in what matters. Invest in yourself. Invest in your future. Don't waste your time and money on things that won't help you grow, won't help you become the best version of yourself. The best investments are the ones that pay off in the long run. And the true rewards will come when you focus on the things that really count. Everything begins with a thought. Every action you take, every decision you make, it all starts in the mind. The mind is powerful. It's like the command center of your life, and the thoughts you allow in, the thoughts you entertain, will determine the direction you go. If you let negativity, doubt, or fear take up space in your mind, you're setting yourself up for failure before you even start. On the other hand, when you choose to think with purpose, when you choose to focus on what's good, what's possible, what's real, you're laying the foundation for a life that reflects that mindset. Your thoughts shape your reality, so you need to guard your mind like it's the most precious thing you've got. Because it is. Too many people allow their minds to wander aimlessly. They let the world around them fill them with negativity, watching the news, scrolling through social media, listening to toxic people. All of that seeps in, and without you realizing it, it begins to mold your mindset. It starts to tell you that you're not good enough, that you'll never make it, that life is unfair. But here's the thing, none of that is true unless you allow it to be. You have the power to choose what you focus on. You have the ability to decide what takes root in your mind. So if you're serious about living the life you deserve, you have to protect what goes into that mind of yours. Guard your thoughts like a warrior protecting the gates of a castle. Because once negative thoughts take hold, they start to influence everything. They affect how you see yourself, how you see the world, and how you make choices. If you're constantly telling yourself that you're not enough, guess what? You'll never push yourself to achieve anything. If you're always looking at the world through a lens of scarcity and fear, that's all you'll see, and that's how you'll live. You'll miss opportunities, you'll avoid risks, and you'll sell yourself short. The truth is, your thoughts become your beliefs, and your beliefs become your reality. If you want to change your life, you have to start by changing your thinking. But it's not just about thinking positively for the sake of being positive. It's about being intentional. It's about feeding your mind with the right kind of thoughts that empower you, that drive you forward, that challenge you to grow. You have to guard your mind by filling it with truth, with wisdom, with clarity. Seek out the voices and the information that help you level up, that push you to be better. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, not those who drag you down. Spend your time reading, learning, and growing in areas that matter to your goals and dreams. Here's the deal, life's not going to stop throwing challenges your way. You'll face obstacles, you'll deal with setbacks, and there will be times when the world tries to tell you that you can't make it. But if you guard your mind, if you fill it with the right thoughts, you'll have the strength to rise above it all. You'll see challenges as opportunities. You'll find ways to move forward no matter what. Personal growth doesn't happen by accident. It's a conscious effort, a daily decision to push yourself beyond the comfort zone and to stay committed, even when the path gets tough. But here's the thing, you can't grow if you don't have a clear vision for where you want to go. And you certainly can't grow if you don't have a positive mindset to fuel you along the way. Positivity and vision are essential for personal growth because without them, you're just wandering, hoping something will happen. But with them, you're focused, driven, and unstoppable. First, let's talk about vision. If you don't know where you're going, how can you expect to get there? A clear vision gives you direction. It gives you purpose. It's the roadmap that guides you when the road gets rough, when the journey seems uncertain, or when you feel like giving up. Vision isn't just about having a vague idea of what you want in life. It's about setting a clear and specific target, something that pulls you forward every day. When you wake up in the morning, you've got to know exactly why you're getting out of bed. What's your mission? What's your purpose? What are you working toward? Without that kind of clarity, it's easy to get lost in the noise. Life will throw distractions at you, and without a clear vision, you'll fall prey to them. But when you've got that vision, when you know where you're headed, nothing can stop you. You start making decisions based on that vision. You start saying no to things that don't align with it. And every challenge you face along the way becomes just another opportunity to move one step closer to your goal. Now, vision alone isn't enough. You need positivity to fuel that vision. Life's going to test you. People are going to doubt you. Things won't always go the way you plan. That's just the reality of life. But positivity, true, unwavering positivity, gives you the strength to keep going even when it feels like the world is against you. It's not about ignoring the struggles or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing to focus on the possibilities, on what you can control, on the things that are working instead of the things that aren't. Positivity isn't just about having a good attitude, it's about resilience. It's about finding the strength to keep going when things aren't easy. And it's about having the faith that no matter how many times you fall, you can always rise again. A positive mindset isn't just a feel-good state of mind. It's a strategy for success. It's a belief that no matter what happens, you can make it through, learn from the experience, and move forward. When you combine vision and positivity, you've got a powerful formula for personal growth. You've got a roadmap to follow. And you've got the mindset to navigate the road, no matter how bumpy it gets. Every obstacle becomes a lesson, every setback an opportunity to grow stronger. You stop seeing challenges as failures, and instead you see them as stepping stones to the next level. So, if you're serious about growing, about becoming the best version of yourself, get clear on your vision. What do you want? And then stay positive. Keep believing in yourself, even when things don't go according to plan. When you do that, there's nothing you can't achieve. Fear and doubt are the enemies of progress. They're the silent killers of dreams, the whispers that creep into your mind when you're about to take a step forward. They have no place in a disciplined mind. A disciplined mind doesn't entertain fear or doubt. It faces them head on, acknowledges them, and then moves past them. When you let fear and doubt control you, they hold you back from achieving what you're truly capable of. But when you master your mind, when you build the discipline to push through those feelings, that's when you break free and start realizing your true potential. Let's be real, fear is natural. It's part of being human. It's that little voice in your head that tells you you can't or you're not good enough, but fear doesn't define you unless you let it. You see, fear is not an enemy to be avoided, it's a signal. It tells you you're about to step outside your comfort zone, and that's where growth happens. Fear shows up when you're on the verge of something bigger, something greater. It's the line between where you are and where you're meant to be. It's up to you whether you step back or step through. But that's where discipline comes in. A disciplined mind doesn't let fear take the wheel. A disciplined mind acknowledges fear, but it doesn't let fear dictate its actions. Instead, it uses that fear as fuel. It says, I'm scared, but I'm still going to move forward. That's what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's not about never feeling fear, it's about feeling it and pushing past it anyway. When you let fear control you, you'll be stuck forever. But when you discipline your mind to move through it, that's when you start making real progress. Now let's talk about doubt. Doubt is the cousin of fear. Fear tries to stop you from moving forward. And doubt tries to stop you from believing in yourself. It whispers, what if you fail, or what if you're not good enough? Doubt is a liar. It's a barrier between you and your dreams, and it will do whatever it can to convince you that you're not capable, not worthy, or not ready. But here's the truth, doubt doesn't know you. It doesn't know what you're made of. It doesn't know your resilience, your drive, your ability to overcome. If you let doubt in, you'll find every reason not to move forward. But when you discipline your mind, when you silence that doubt, you make space for belief in yourself. And once you start believing in yourself, there's no stopping you. Fear and doubt are like weights, holding you down, keeping you stuck. But when you build mental discipline, you remove those weights. You strengthen your mind and you build the muscle to push through the hard times, to keep going even when things get tough, to keep moving when every part of you wants to quit. You start seeing obstacles as opportunities, challenges as lessons, and every setback as a setup for a comeback. A disciplined mind doesn't let fear or doubt take root. It doesn't let them take over. Instead, it faces them, overcomes them, and uses them to fuel its journey towards success. Don't let fear or doubt stop you from reaching your potential. Build the discipline to rise above them and move forward no matter what. That's the path to greatness. Mastery doesn't happen overnight. It's not some grand gesture or big moment where everything changes. No, mastery starts with the small, consistent steps you take every single day. The habits you build in the quiet moments when no one's watching, when the world isn't cheering you on. These are the moments that matter the most. You want to change your life? You want to become something greater than you are right now? It starts with mastering your habits, even in the smallest steps. See, we often think that to make a big change, we need to make a huge, dramatic move. We wait for the right time, the right opportunity, the right motivation. But the truth is, those big moments rarely come unless you've already put in the work. The key to success isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about showing up every day, doing what needs to be done, even when it feels insignificant. Those small, seemingly minor actions compound over time, and that's when the real change happens. The habits you build, good or bad, shape your life. They determine how successful you'll be, how healthy you'll be, how much you'll grow. So if you're not where you want to be, ask yourself, what habits are you practicing every day? Are they pushing you forward, or are they holding you back? You see, it's not enough to just want change. You have to make it happen one habit at a time. And you don't have to do everything at once. Start small. Start with one thing. Maybe it's waking up earlier. Maybe it's reading for 15 minutes a day. Maybe it's taking a few extra steps to be kind to yourself. The key is to start and build from there. One of the biggest mistakes people make is expecting instant results. They try to change too much too fast. And when things don't happen overnight, they give up. But that's not how mastery works. It's not about instant gratification. It's about commitment to the process. Every small habit you master leads to bigger results down the road. So don't get discouraged if you're not seeing huge changes right away. The most successful people didn't get there by making giant leaps. They got there by mastering the small things day in and day out. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Consistency is the real key. It's easy to feel motivated for a few days, but motivation fades. What keeps you going when that initial drive disappears? It's your habits. It's the small actions you take day after day, even when you don't feel like it, even when the results aren't immediate. You've got to keep showing up. You've got to keep doing the work, even when it feels like nothing is changing. Because eventually the small steps add up, and the habits you've worked on will lead to a transformation you didn't even expect. Mastering your habits doesn't require perfection. It requires consistency. Start where you are, make small adjustments, and keep showing up every day. Before you know it, those small steps will have built a foundation strong enough to support the life you want to live. So take the first step, even if it's a small one. Start mastering your habits and watch how they change your life. Control doesn't mean you have to get everything perfect. Perfection is a myth. It's an illusion that'll always keep you chasing something just out of reach. If you're focused on perfection, you'll never get anywhere because life is messy, life is unpredictable. Control, however, is about direction. It's about knowing where you want to go, having the discipline to move in that direction, and being resilient enough to get back on track when things don't go as planned. It's not about having everything lined up perfectly, but about knowing that no matter what comes your way, you're moving forward. Here's the reality: things won't always go the way you expect. You won't always hit every target you set. You'll stumble, you'll fall, and you'll face setbacks. But that's life. The key to control isn't about never making mistakes. It's about knowing how to respond when you do. It's about having the ability to steer your life, to stay focused on your goals, even when things are chaotic. Because no matter how hard you try, no one has perfect control over every single aspect of their life. But you can control the direction you're heading in. Control is about having a vision. It's about knowing where you want to go and consistently taking action toward that goal. It's about creating a path for yourself, one step at a time, and not allowing the distractions, the setbacks, or the failures to pull you off course. You may not have control over the obstacles that come your way, but you have control over how you respond to them. You have control over how you get back up after you fall. You have control over how you handle adversity. Perfection, on the other hand, is the enemy of progress. When you're too focused on perfection, you're paralyzed by the fear of making a mistake. You're too afraid to take action because you want everything to be just right. But here's the truth: nothing will ever be just right. Life doesn't wait for perfection, and neither should you. If you're waiting for the perfect conditions to start moving toward your goals, you're going to be waiting forever. You can't control every variable, but you can control your direction, your decisions, and your willingness to keep pushing forward, no matter how imperfect things seem. Direction is the real power. When you know where you're going, when you have clarity of purpose, you're unstoppable. It doesn't matter if the road is bumpy. It doesn't matter if the weather gets rough. If you stay focused on the direction you want to go and you keep moving, you'll get there. The key to control is understanding that it's not about making every step flawless. It's about making progress, no matter how small. So stop stressing over perfection. Stop waiting for the right time, the perfect circumstances. You have the power to control the direction you're heading in. Every step, every choice, every action you take is a chance to move closer to your goal. Don't let fear or failure steer you off course. Keep moving forward and control your direction. That's what leads to true success. True power is not found in what you can control on the outside, but in what you control within. We live in a world that's constantly telling us to look outside of ourselves for validation, success, and control. We're taught that power is about the things we can accumulate: money, status, connections, and influence over others. But let me tell you this: the real power, the kind that will take you to places you've never dreamed of, is rooted in self-mastery. Self-mastery is about understanding who you are, knowing your weaknesses, knowing your strengths, and controlling how you respond to the world around you. It's the ability to govern your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, regardless of the circumstances you face. It's the ability to remain grounded when chaos surrounds you, to stay focused when distractions come at you from every direction. It's not about controlling other people or trying to manipulate situations. It's about controlling yourself and making choices that align with your values and your vision for your life. Think about it. How many times have you let circumstances, emotions, or other people's opinions derail you? How many times have you allowed anger, fear, or doubt to take the wheel and steer you in a direction you didn't want to go? That's the power of external influence. It's the power that the world, people, and situations try to impose on you. But here's the truth: none of that is real power. It's temporary. It's fragile. And if you rely on the outside world to dictate your path, you'll always be at the mercy of things you can't control. But when you master yourself, when you learn how to control your mind, your emotions, your habits, and your reactions, that's when you step into true power. You'll face challenges, no doubt. Life will throw punches. People will try to bring you down. Things will go wrong. But when you have self-mastery, those things no longer dictate how you move. You decide. You control your response. You control how you move through adversity. And because of that, you control your destiny. Now, self-mastery doesn't mean perfection. It doesn't mean you'll never slip up or feel weak. It means that even when you fall, you have the strength to get back up and keep moving. It means that no matter how many obstacles stand in your way, you stay focused on your goals and your purpose. Self-mastery means discipline, choosing to do the hard things when they need to be done, sticking to your principles even when it's tempting to take the easy way out. True power lies in your ability to rise above your circumstances. It lies in your ability to stay true to yourself regardless of the noise around you. It's in knowing who you are, what you stand for, and not allowing anything or anyone to shake that foundation. When you master yourself, you'll find that everything else begins to fall into place. The external world may try to challenge you, but it can never take away your power when you own it from within. That is the power that lasts, the power that leads to success, peace, and fulfillment. Ladies and gentlemen, true power isn't about what's outside of you, it's about what's inside of you. When you master yourself, when you take control of your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions, you unlock a strength that nothing on the outside can touch. Life will always throw challenges your way, but the key to overcoming them lies within your own ability to stay focused, disciplined, and true to your purpose. The external world may try to shake you, but self-mastery will keep you grounded. So I urge you today, focus less on trying to control everything around you and focus more on mastering yourself. When you do that, you'll realize that the power you've been seeking was within you all along.